Alright folks, this might be the best story of the week here. Elon Musk, the ketamine king, has been effing around and finding out all week. And just the other day, he dropped this supposed drug test result that not only is the internet not buying at all, but it turns out the genius here might have accidentally doxed himself with some pretty crucial personal information. This specific instance is quite cathartically blowing up in his face worse than a SpaceX explosion.
Another setback for Elon Musk's SpaceX. One of its rockets exploded in a massive fireball during an engine test Wednesday night.
What a beautiful metaphor for Elon Musk's entire political career. Drop a like, subscribe, and let's get into it. And first, let's just really take a look at some of the purported results.
Now, tech billionaire and Tesla founder Elon Musk has responded to accusations of consuming drugs by posting his drug test results on social media. Musk posted the report that showed negative results for ketamine, cocaine, ecstasy, marijuana, and more. The report comes 3 weeks after New York Times and the Wall Street Journal accused him of taking drugs on a daily basis. The New York Times report had claimed that the tech mogul took ketamine, ecstasy, and mushrooms during the 2024 election cycle and carried Adderall with him. The report alleged that the drug use was so severe that Elon Musk suffered bladder problems, experienced erratic behavior, insulted cabinet members, and appeared lost during interviews as well. Musk shared his first drug test result on Tuesday, but some critics said it was unreliable for long-term use, leading him to undergo a second test using a hair sample which detects drug use for months. The billionaire, however, acknowledged experimenting with prescription ketamine a few years ago. Musk dodged a question about his drug use at a farewell appearance with President Trump in the Oval Office, in which he sported a noticeable black eye.
There is a New York Times report today that accuses you of blurring the line between...
Is the New York Times, is that the same publication that got a Pulitzer Prize for false reporting on the Russiagate? Is it the same organization?
I gotta check my Pulitzer counter.
It is. I think the judge just ruled against the New York Times for their lies about the Russiagate hoax, and that they might have to give back that Pulitzer Prize. That New York Times? Let's move on.
Yeah, nothing says I'm not lying like dodging a question completely and refusing to answer it.
There was this New York Times report that he did not want to talk about, Elon Musk, that alleged that he, towards the end of his time in the White House, was blurring the lines between recreational use of drugs and medicinal. Do you think he ever had drugs here at the White House?
I really don't know. I don't think so. I hope not.
Which is exactly the sort of speculation people had online about his drug test results. The account Trump Tracker posting, "Why is he pretending like he does not have the resource to cheat these tests? No one believes you." Even his own AI chatbot pointing out that detection times for all the illegal drugs may vary are under a month. As well as my personal favorite, "You can throw as many fake drug tests as you want at us. We all know you're on drugs. You did a hair test with hair plugs? LOL. We know that isn't your hair, Elon." But today, things got even hairier, and we'll get to how and what Elon doxed in just a second. But speaking of someone who clearly shouldn't be in charge screwing you out of your Social Security and Medicare, let's talk about Medicare for a moment. Because that kind of incompetence, lies, and corruption, yeah, it's happening there too. There's endless scams and corrupt companies trying to steer people towards specific plans they get paid more to sell and getting kickbacks. Hell, I've seen this firsthand with my parents. And that's why I'm relieved that I found Chapter, for my family and for you. These guys are honest, they cut the crap and give you clear and simple Medicare advice. They help you compare every option out there to find the plan that fits your needs, always putting your interests over insurance companies. And don't get me started on insurance companies. Hell folks, these guys even helped Chip Franklin, and they'll help you too. Their support is free and you won't feel any pressure or obligation. You just get clear, honest guidance. And on average, these guys are saving people $1,100 a year. It was a lot higher for Chip. So if you're turning 65 or know someone already on Medicare, don't wait, call Chapter today. The only regret people have is not calling them sooner. But instead of going Luigi on the people destroying our lives, Musk seems to have given us a much more ethical option. Because he made one major mistake in dropping his results. The results of the hair sample test performed at the fastest labs of South Austin in Texas appeared to include the last 4 digits of Musk's social security number, a vital piece of personal identification in the US. The last 4 digits, when combined with other personal information like your name, birth date, and address, can increase the risk of identity theft or fraud when used by hackers or scammers. And just because this is publicly available information that we should all have access to, as Elon Musk posted it on his own platform, I'm just gonna leave the 8288 number there up on the screen for anybody who, would like a new PIN number. It would be a real shame if a hacker group or anonymous were to try to steal Elon Musk's identity. I'd feel really, really bad for him.
I rise today to sound the alarm for the American people about the abuse of power that House Republicans are allowing. That puts the American people in danger. House Republicans have allowed billionaire Elon Musk and his gang of thieves to enter the U.S. Treasury Department, fire the people entrusted with secret private information about Americans, and give them that access. This billionaire, his interns, and his young workers have complete access to your Social Security number, your bank account number, your name, your address, your Medicare payments, your tax refunds, your veterans benefits. This privacy violation endangers the personal information of the American people.
So please, folks, be sure to share all your thoughts in those comments down below. And where I'll end this here is, do we really think that this guy never used any drugs like he claims? Here he is tweaking out a little bit at President Trump's inauguration. I mean, that just doesn't look like natural movement. I know he's a weird guy, but look at those eyes. Did you just see that? He's like a leopard or a chameleon or something. This was another big one when he was at a dinner in Bedminster and he was just like playing with his toys. People were saying that he was on something here. I mean, to me, that just looks like a man-child, but, based on the reporting we're about to see, I wouldn't doubt it at this point.
Ritual might be a better word. But where do you think it failed, and where do you think, what lessons have you learned that you know you're not going to be making on Starship? To, do a mission. You're just trying to get data out of the thing. Yeah.
Musk's exit from Trump world comes as a jaw-dropping New York Times report claims he was taking a powerful cocktail of drugs while he was on the campaign trail. The Times says it's unclear whether Musk was taking drugs when he became a fixture at the White House this year. According to the Times expose, Musk's erratic behavior, including waving a chainsaw around and that notorious Nazi-like stiff arm, can be attributed to a daily mix of ketamine, ecstasy, psychedelic mushrooms, and Adderall. They claim he travels with a daily medication box that holds 20 pills.
Yeah, you be the judge. Thanks for watching, folks. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hess. Shout out to our sponsor, Chapter Medicare. Be sure to check them out as well. And if you enjoyed the video, consider dropping a like, subscribing to the Really American channel, and joining our resistance here. We appreciate all of you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.